my name's Chris and I lead self-help and content for Intuit Australia. I'm joined by my colleague and partner in crime, Drew, who is a senior customer experience specialist. How are you doing today, Drew?
Doing great, Chris. Thanks for having me over.
No worries, happy to have you. Now today's QuickCuppa, we're going to be going through STP for advisors. Basically, so if you're a small business owner, we do have our earlier videos that will cover what STP means for you, so be sure to check those out. I just want to sort of cover that at the top though. So let's sort of jump straight into it.
Absolutely, STP is a hot topic, man.
Yeah, it's just around the corner.
Yeah.
So basically, just around the corner, how do advisors start framing that conversation with their client?
Yeah, well, the important thing is to start having the conversation for sure. Lots of small business owners out there have no idea this compliance change is coming, so advisors can lead the way in like informing their customers that this is coming up. So that's first, just start having the conversation. The second thing is make sure that your clients are on an STP compliant electronic solution. So something like QuickBooks Online Payroll powered by KeyPay, perfect because it's STP compliant. So that's a great place to start. And the third thing is you can be the person as an advisor helping get your clients set up for electronic lodgement. So help them configure the settings inside of that software to ensure that you're fully compliant.
Awesome. Now, one of the key benefits of STP for our advisors is it eliminates the payment summary at year's end.
Yeah.
But obviously that's going to be a big shock for employees out there across Australia.
For sure.
So how do advisors go about explaining to their sort of clients what's happening and what's changing?
Yeah, I mean, that's how this change shows up for most folks, right? It's like the payment summaries are no longer a thing. Yeah, So, I mean, I think that it's important to emphasize that this removes a lot of work, right? So the payment summaries no longer need to be provided. So for an employer, that's an extra step, extra efficiency that you're gaining through this change. The other benefit is that as an employee, you don't have to wait till year end to get your payment summary information. And so come tax time, employees, they can access all of their information in their myGov account. So, you can always get access to that info. And so I think ultimately it's a positive change. This is really just a communication change at the end of the day. Different way how we communicate to our employees about how they've been paid, different way how we communicate to the ATO.
Yeah, sure. Something I know that's going to come up is, and I think of my father, not the most tech savvy guy, love him to death. Wouldn't be able to log into a myGov account.
Sure,
So what do you do in those situations with people who aren't as confident with the going online or any of those types of
There's plenty of folks that fall into that category for sure. The great news is you can just ring up the ATO and they can actually provide you a physical copy of that same information if you need it. So that's
awesome, awesome. So let's go into a little bit more about what it means for our advisors out there. So in the past, you had something called standing authority, where you were able to sort of lodge activities on behalf of your client. Does this exist for our STP as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Standing authority is still totally applicable for STP. So basically just when you're setting up that software, there's an option within QuickBooks Payroll where you choose, I'll be lodging reports to the ATO as a registered tax or RAS agent. So you'll choose that option, and then you'll choose the option for add standing authority. And that allows you to update the payroll system with that standing authority for electronic lodgements.
Awesome. So I guess, let's sort of wind it back a bit.
Yeah.
For those who aren't very familiar with standing authority, can you give a little bit more detail of what this means for STP?
Sure, yeah. I mean, basically the standing authority grants that registered agent the continual authority to be lodging these STP events on behalf of their client. So it's not compulsory for a registered agent to have a standing authority, so it's not essential for STP reporting. But it comes into play when you do have those registered agents who are lodging on behalf of their clients.
Awesome. So what does the scenario look like if you don't have standing authority set up as an advisor?
Right, yeah. If you don't have a standing authority, then before you actually lodge a pay event, you've got to request the client authority from within the system. So only the person who is appointed to actually approve and has that authority, they'll have to log into the system and then find that applicable pay event and approve that event. So only after that time can the registered agent without standing authority actually lodge it.
So it sounds like there's so much more efficiency involved if you're able to get that.
Absolutely, yeah. The standing authority eliminates all this back and forth. So yeah, definitely more seamless if you go that route.
Awesome. So basically, how does the ATO know whether it was the employer or the tax agent that logs that event?
Again, it comes right back to the software. It takes care of this for us. When you set up the ATO supplier settings, you're actually letting the system know who's going to be performing those lodgements.
Awesome. And another question we sort of, we're starting to get asked, like, hey, I'm an advisor, I'm a bookkeeper, I'm a payroll officer, I'm not a tax agent, not a BAS agent. Like, am I still allowed to lodge STP on my clients?
That's a really good question, because the answer is no. Payroll officers and bookkeepers who are not registered tax agents or BAS agents, they actually cannot lodge STP on behalf of their business. So it's actually a really good call out.
Yeah. So I guess, what does that process look like if you're not a registered agent?
Yeah, so if you're not a registered agent, there's a workflow for that too, which basically means you have to create that pay event within the system, but then choose the option to lodge at a later date. And then you got a little bit of back and forth that comes in here again, because you have to request someone who is authorized to sign into the system and actually lodge that on your behalf. Right. But sure, you can create the pay event and choose not to lodge it right at that time so that the authorized person can.
Awesome. So as long as there's still a way, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, listen, that's all the questions I have for you today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me, Drew.
For sure, yeah.
All right.
It's been great.
All right. And everyone, thank you so much today for joining us for our QuickCuppa on STP for advisors. If you have any questions, please do leave them down in the comment section down below. Be sure to check out our community and our in-product help if you're looking for any further answers, and we'll catch you next time for our next QuickCuppa. Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.